Welcome to Unscripted with JJ and Jamie. JJ, today we have three amazing guests. We have Kathy, Tom, and Brian, all from Universal, and we cannot wait to dive in to learn some new things.
I bet everybody's wondering what this is about.
I can guarantee, but you know what? We're going to make you wait, and we're not going to tell you right out of the gates. So, Kathy, I'm going to ask you, and it's like, this is really serious with our horns. Tell everybody what your job title is at Universal Orlando.
I am Senior Manager for Travel Industry Sales, and what that means is I basically manage our business development team. So I work with Brian and obviously with Tom, but we have all of the business development team under our purview, and so we are actively educating everybody about our parks, both out in Universal and Hollywood. And then, of course, a little thing to come called Epic. So
What? It sounds very epic.
Was that too early to mention?
No, it's never too early. I think we're all
I
biting at the
don't
bit.
know. I would consider that to be little.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
I think it's
actually
a big deal, and I think it's
true.
a big part.
It is. Tom, tell our friends about what your role is at Universal Orlando.
So I had the pleasure of working with Kathy and Brian. So I oversee the BDM team, and we have a sales operations team. So I just try to help these guys the best I can to sell more Universal. So, you know, we get to do stuff like this and work with exciting partners like MVP, and that's just been a blast. So I couldn't work at a better place. This job is like my dream job.
I couldn't agree.
So
I couldn't agree more.
What I hear is if we don't do our part, then you're going to have a conversation with them to make sure that we're doing it.
That's generally how it goes. Is my boss has a conversation with me, and it trickles on down the line. So.
That's right.
That's how it goes. Brian, what about you?
Which is what brings you to me, right?
That's right, and you'll be the one to be like, hey, what's going on with MVP over there? Like,
Yeah, my job is essentially just to be the best partner I can with you guys. And, our job is to make sure that, as Kathy kind of alluded to, that you guys know about everything that's new and exciting and upcoming, and that we're just working together in a partnership to make sure that you guys are successful, because when you're successful, we're successful. And that's really what it's all about.
we call that I eat, you eat, we eat.
That's very true.
So an interesting fact that our friends may not know is our offices are pretty close to each other, and we can actually, from our balcony of our office, hear Rip Ride Rocket every time it runs. We can hear the people screaming. We are actually in your back, in
Yeah, you could
in
throw
your
a rock.
backyard.
I could hit your office
Most
from my
days we
office.
go to
That's
the
right.
cafeteria and have
We
lunch.
do. I'm not
I've
even.
seen you there.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's allowed, but we do go over to your.
allowed.
It is allowed.
We'll take your
Good.
money. Go ahead.
Good. We go over to your cafeteria and eat with a lot of the people that work at Universal, and we
It's
see
good food.
familiar faces, and but you know what? Let's dive into this. What everybody's wanting to talk about, Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Like, which one wants to take and give the news about what's coming to Orlando?
Well, and recently you announced some things about, a week ago or so, and now you're announcing something else. So bring everybody up to speed.
Right.
Yeah, so Epic Universe, brand new theme park. In fact, it's the first theme park to be built in Orlando in 25 years.
Wow.
And it is the most technologically advanced, most ambitious thing that Universal has ever done. Wow. Universal, the parks. So it is going to be just mind-blowing. Again, the technology, the rides, the restaurants, everything about it is going to be unlike anything anybody's ever seen before. And it's a collection of 5 different worlds. So guests are going to enter through these portals. So you go through the portals. So the first portal that we announced about a month ago is called Celestial Park.
Has it been a month already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's
I guess there's a lot of excitement that I'm having
Yeah.
inside. It just seems like it was a week ago.
And that's our strategy with announcing Epic Universe is we're announcing one world at a time
Yes.
to keep the excitement level up. And I mean, there's just so much detail and so many things to learn. So that's the way we're breaking it up. So about every month we're going to release information on each of the different worlds.
I love that strategy. Just because people like me, it's like if you throw it all at me, I'm not gonna know. Like if you just kind of trickle it in,
Exactly.
it keeps me excited.
Yeah.
And because we can only retain so much. So What is, Brian, what's the thing you're looking forward to most at Epic Universe?
Well, fittingly, it's really How to Train Your Dragon. That our
Is that
Isle
why
of
we're
Burke.
wearing these
That's
Viking
kind of why we're wearing like
Honorary
I
Vikings.
I
you
love
know
it. We're
I-
honorary
Can I
back.
be the first? I need to train my dragon.
Let me blow some flames at you
was
here.
good.
That was
good, JJ.
brutal.
If there's a place to drop off my kids and let them be trained, that would be great. I don't think that's part of the scope right now. But no, for me, that's, it just coincidentally is what came out. Like, I'm excited about all 5 worlds that we're going to be, opening as part of Epic Universe. But How to Train Your Dragon, it's going to be the biggest of all the worlds there. And, the immersive attractions that are going to be there, the interactive stage shows, and Mike, I have kids that are 12, 9, and 6 right now, and being able to see them interact with that brand, they've watched the movies, they are so excited about that brand. So for me, that's what really carries the day. Can't wait to see Isle of Burke and be immersed in that experience.
I love it. Kathy, do you have something that you're looking forward to the most?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, the entire park. Of our current parks, I love the investment that they've made in making the land so immersive in, Wizarding World of Harry Potter, both lands in Universal Orlando Resort. But even Velocicoaster, going through
Right.
that queue, Hagrid's going through that queue, it's just such an amazing experience. And I just cannot even fathom an entire park being built like that. It is just going to be amazing.
I have a funny story about Velocicoaster. I am not a roller coaster person. I'm not a thrill junkie. I was peer pressured, I guess. I guess you could say.
Seems like a lot of people are.
I was, and I was on there. We were at the press event, and the Guild of. Now these tickets are limited, and you have these spots are limited. You can't just come and not ride it. So at the last minute, I get on, I strap in, and I'm just thinking, this is a bad idea.
Oh,
And I remember going up, and I'm not sure I mean, I didn't pass out or anything like that, but I had my eyes closed, and I remember on the top, I was like, how far are we gonna go up? And as I opened my eyes, it flipped me back over, and I thought, oh no, and I just hurried up and closed my eyes, but as we're coming down, and that is definitely the wildest ride I have ever been on. Our kids could not, we did a VIP tour a couple of months ago, and our kids wanted to ride it and ride it and ride it and ride it over and over again. So I can only imagine with this new Epic Universe what is to come. It's so
Absolutely.
exciting.
And for me, on the Velocicoaster, I'm a roller coaster guy. And I got on that roller coaster, and I'm going to tell you, it is the best roller coaster in the world to me. I've never gotten on a roller coaster that gave me the thrill and the fright. It is absolutely amazing. As Jamie said, when you go over, you're coming down, and it feels like you're going to hit the ground. You're so low.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's water down
amazing.
there, and you're doing all these loop-de-loops.
I said it's amazing. It's
absolutely-
terrifying.
It is.
It is
It's terrifying and amazing
yes.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
But then, Hagrid's. So when we did the press event at Hagrid's, our crew got on, but I wasn't able to get on.
Oh no.
I was heavy. I was too heavy. I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now.
He didn't fit.
So I lost 30 pounds, and we recently just went to the parks to do, show people how you can have a wonderful time with multi-generational, in your parks.
Sure.
Since I lost 30 pounds, guess what? I was able to get on
Hey.
it. 6'6".
Wow.
There we go.
270 pounds. I was able to ride it. But I'm telling you all of that to say this: what Universal has done
It's
over
amazing.
the last 10 years has been none short.
It's
of
been
nothing
epic.
Short of
It's
of-
been
of-
epic.
of epic.
Yeah, it's been
It's been epic.
So moving into epic, Super Mario, seriously? Okay, I grew up with Mario.
Same here.
Yeah, we all
I'm
did.
so looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to, I forgot the name of the ride, but I want to soak somebody.
Yeah, what's
Yes.
the name of that one?
That's called fire drill.
Fire drill.
Yeah.
Fire drill. I want to
looks
soak
So that's going to
So
be like
fun.
a soaking ride, but it's also gaming. So you're going to, as you sail along on the ride, you can soak anybody you want, and you're going to be shooting at fire targets, and that's how you're going to get your score.
I think that's so smart with, you know, all the technology, all the gaming systems, all the gamers now.
Well, I was gonna say, I know the boys in our family and even some of the girls really love gaming, and
Well, the
they'll be
competitiveness, it just brings out a spirit.
Because
Well,
it makes it so repeatable, right? You want to beat your score every time
Exactly.
you ride it. So you want to keep on riding it to get a better score and
So
compete
is
with
it-
your friends.
Would that be any secrets in there that can boost my scores?
I wish I
You
knew
know,
them.
you know what I'll tell, you know what I'll give you the inside tip on, and I've learned this, is our VIP guides know all the
I
tips.
love it.
I rode
Look at it, always selling.
I rode Minions Mayhem with one, and the guy goes, I don't even need to ride this anymore. He's like, we've got all the high scores because we figured out all this. About the 50th time we rode this,
Yeah.
we figured out how all the tricks are.
I
So
love
he's like,
it.
we only compete with each other. I don't compete with regular guests.
Oh,
You
I
gotta
love it.
tell me what the trick.
Right?
My kids beat me all the time.
Oh, that's what I was like. I was like, what? They figured out all the little insights, and
man.
they set all the high scores each day.
I love it. Well, the Eubanks family, we're not very competitive, so that
Not
should
at
not
all.
be. I mean, he's actually already trying to find out the top scoring so we can beat the kids. But yeah, since we're not
As I say, you got to hit your VIP guide up
You
next
just-
time.
we
and just be
will,
like-
we will.
Promise me, if Jamie tries to take a VIP tour without me, I know what she's doing.
Just to get the edge.
Yes.
Of course I will. Why would I not?
So tell me about what's going on in Vegas and in Texas.
Yeah. So in Vegas, we have a world famous horror program that we do called Halloween Horror Nights. Hopefully some people have heard of it.
I'm sure they
Insanely popular in both Hollywood and in Orlando. So, and that's one of the events that Universal is famous for, that we really do well. We do horror good, right?
Yeah.
So the thought is, why not make a year-round horror attraction? And what better place to do it than in Las Vegas? So it's going to be located in the way I would describe it is like an eclectic mall called Area 15, right off the Strip. And it's going to be a collection of different houses, and they're going to change out seasonally. So
Wow.
you're going to be able to get a different experience, and so to keep the repeatability up. Did I miss any? That's kind of what we've announced so far.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is, I mean, Halloween and horror are insanely popular, so we know this is going to be just a blockbuster. As
For,
We-
me,
I mean-
for me, Halloween, it gets none better than Michael Myers.
Yeah.
There we
that
go.
one's-
Yes, that
And
is
one of my
guy.
favorites.
So
One
as
of
long
my
as he's part of it,
favorites.
you're taking the trip out to Vegas.
Absolutely.
And I'll let Brian tell you about Frisco.
Yeah, so Frisco, we've announced that we're really planning to build a family-oriented resort that's kind of geared at, families with younger kids. And, we're just excited that it's another destination. You've kind of talked about the company and the growth and, this unprecedented period of growth that we're in between the investment we're making in Universal Studios Hollywood and the investment in Vegas and here now in Frisco and here in Orlando. It's just more offerings for us as a destination across the country. And we're really just excited about what that adds to the portfolio for MVP and for everyone as a guest to visit. And it's just different experiences now that you'll have the opportunity to take no matter where you're at in the country.
I love it. It's like every time you guys say something, it's like, okay, we'll have to take Doug and Michelle, and we know who to take to the Halloween horror in Vegas, and then it's like with the other one, it's like, oh, we've got to take the kids to this one, or we've got, it's like already when I see or hear these things, I'm like, I know who I want to take to each one, and it's just so
Something for
exciting.
everybody.
There is something for everybody, and that's what I love about your guys' vision of the future and your innovation to always be just pushing the envelope and going the extra distance.
So, Brian.
Yeah.
All right, there's been a lot of chat about DreamWorks.
Yeah,
What can you tell us?
we're super excited because we're talking about all these other great destinations that we're adding, but we're still investing in our current parks and everything that we have going on here, and we're really excited that in just a few short months, summer 2024, we're going to be opening our DreamWorks land right there in Universal Studios Florida, and it's going to be a new immersive experience for really geared at younger children. It's going to involve a lot of our iconic brands of Trolls and Kung Fu Panda and Shrek. So guests are going to be able to come in and experience some great new attractions. There's going to be character meet and greets. There's going to be new snacks and goodies and all sorts of fun things for families to enjoy. And that's coming right now in 2024. So once again, as we were talking earlier about why, what should guests be doing? It's a great time to come and experience something, and we'll have it right away this year. They don't have to wait for Epic.
Nice. You say Shrek, I'm in.
Well, and I believe, did I hear it was a troller coaster? A
Yes.
troll. I was like, I wasn't sure if I had that right, and I hear it like I don't hear things right a lot of times. It's really there's going to be a troller coaster.
Yes,
I think that
you
is
get to ride the
phenomenal.
catter bus, and you're on the roller coaster, and
That
you get to be
is-
along with Poppy and all of her friends.
I love it.
Me too.
I cannot
I
wait
cannot
to take the kids over there.
It's gonna be super
So
fun.
see, you both have something there. You get to come meet Poppy and ride the roller coaster. He gets to go hang out with Shrek and
Oh,
get
we
his
love
picture
Shrek.
taken, and Donkey. And
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna do Poppy. That's my
Yeah, actually, that's why
grandbaby, and that's
Jackson.
my name.
Jackson calls him Poppy.
Grand
Oh,
Poppy.
Well, I mean, not
we
quite
absolutely
yet.
have to get you a picture with Poppy, though.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Kathy, with the addition of Epic Universe, are you guys planning to expand your accommodations for your guests?
Absolutely. Yeah, so we have announced that there are 3 hotels that are going to be part of Epic Universe. Stella Luna and Terra Nova are the ones that are going to open first. They are, what category are they, Brian?
They're going to be a prime value
prime
category.
value.
We-
And I think there's 750 rooms each on those.
750
Yeah.
rooms per resort. They're kind of, like sister resorts is the way you think of them. And we have those slated to open actually ahead of the park right now in January of 2025. So guests will actually be able to stay there and still pair that stay with kind of what we're calling our main campus right now. So those will actually be well open ahead of Epic for guests to enjoy and start taking part of.
And then we also have Helios, which is the property we really haven't announced much on yet, but we've seen artist renderings. It's actually going to be part of the park, so it will have a separate entrance going directly into Epic Universe. But it looks amazing. I can't wait to hear more details about it.
I'm
It looks
sure
gorgeous.
It does, because your resorts, all of them are so different. They're themed differently,
Yes.
but they're all very, very, very nice.
We
Yes.
love all your
Very
resorts.
nice, from Portofino to Cabana to Surfside, Dockside, to all of them have something really special. And of course, this is a rock. This is
Like
a rock
hard-
conference.
Yeah.
Hard Rock.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's a great hotel.
Yes.
Great
We
hotel.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, guys, as we close down, what would you advise someone that's a travel advisor? How could they share with their guests? What would be if they had just like a 1-minute elevator pitch to tell them about Epic Universe? What would your 1-minute elevator pitch for a travel agent advice be?
So if you aren't already selling us, I would start selling us now. Get comfortable, get used to the destination, because when Epic Universe does go on sale, whenever that happens to be, it is going to be extremely popular. We don't know, what the ticket product or anything like that is going to look like yet, but we do know that they're probably going to, not open the floodgates initially when the park opens. So they want everybody to have a great experience. So it is probably going to be a little bit harder to get in that property. So, make sure you're comfortable selling all that we have to offer now, so that when that does go on sale, you don't miss the boat and you're able to sell that too.
And I would just feed right off that right now there's never a better time to come visit us and get to know us than right now in 2024, because we have so many great offers already out there in the marketplace where people can come. We already have a Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so if you are a Wizarding World of Harry Potter fan, you don't need to wait till Epic opens. If you're a Super Nintendo World fan, you don't need to wait till Epic opens. You can go out to Universal Studios Hollywood. So I would say, for those that are just so excited for these new worlds, yes, they're going to be fantastic and immersive, but come visit us now. Come get to know that product now, so that when Epic opens, you're already the subject matter expert. You're already that much better positioned to sell that as a travel advisor and really tell the guests, what they need to know to be successful.
Awesome. What about you, Tom?
I think the last thing I would add to that, I agree with everything Kathy and Brian just said, is just if I'm talking to a new travel advisor who isn't selling Universal yet, I think, one of the things that we pride ourselves on with travel agency sales is that we have a very compelling product that's easy to book, and compared to some of our competition, you make better commissions, especially with MVP.
That's right.
So that
I
feels
love
like
it.
that's our winning formula.
I love
Easy
it.
to book, make more money.
I love it.
And
I
the
love
other
it.
thing that I would add to what the three of you are saying is your overall value proposition is very strong.
Right.
And it's very good. I think you're very affordable. I think you have a strong product, and I think that it's just getting the message out there, telling your overall value
And it's just going to
proposition.
keep getting better. I mean, just with Epic and all the things we just talked about, I mean, sky is the limit for where we take our sales with MVP. So
Right.
we're incredibly excited about, our relationship, and we're going to keep on expanding and getting bigger and better.
Well, and I think that ties to, it kind of flew under the radar. We really rebranded as a company to Universal Destinations and Experiences because we're so much more than parks and resorts. And we've had such this unprecedented level of investment and growth from our parent company in Comcast. And, where we're going, and, that's another piece of advice I'd say to the travel advisors is a lot of them used to just think of us as Orlando.
Right.
Really start to think of us as this truly
A
immersive
destination.
destination across the country, in Hollywood, in Frisco, in Vegas, all these places that we're going to be, and making sure you know our brand. And we think we have a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there. Is I think that a lot of times people think that Universal is like a 1 or 2 day, maybe 3 day vacation, but it's become a destination. You have Volcano Bay. Like if we went to Volcano Bay the other day, and if you're not, when you come to Orlando or Universal Orlando and you're not visiting Volcano Bay, you are missing out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is a day, if not 2, experience that you don't want to miss out. You don't want your kids to miss out on it, and we love it. Like we like to get a cabana there, and
it's
the kids do what they do, and we'll go ride a ride if we want to or whatever.
We don't even call it a water park. We call it a water theme park.
That makes sense.
Because you go to some other water parks, and there's some really good ones in Orlando, but Volcano Bay, I know I'm biased, is next level.
I think that for me, I would agree as well.
Yeah, so it is just the storytelling, the immersive theming around Volcano Bay with the different attractions.
The fact that you can avoid waiting in line.
Yeah, and you got tapu,
So-
really cool technology, so it's a cool park.
Okay, so the name of our podcast is Unscripted, right? So I just thought of something else that I want to actually ask. So Peace and Jada, our daughter and her boyfriend, are going to be going to Universal Hollywood. Is that how am I?
Yeah, Universal Hollywood.
Universal
Yeah,
Hollywood.
Studios
Okay, I'm
Hollywood.
like, am I saying that right?
No.
And what advice would you give them when they're out there visiting? Because I know that first time visitor, what advice would you give them? I think they're doing a VIP tour.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Right away.
You've already sold the back.
Okay.
We really don't need to answer this.
Well, just did because I was worried.
That would be the first advice is if you want to do it and do it at the highest level, there's
Yeah.
no better way
VIP
to see
tour,
a VIP
game
tour.
changer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It
absolutely.
really
Game
is.
changer.
It is.
You can have a great experience there without going on
Right,
a VIP
right.
tour, but yeah, that is the ultimate Hollywood experience. And it's just it's just different there, like similar but different.
Yep.
With the way the park is set up, with the upper lot and the lower lot, I would say do not miss the tram tour. So
Okay.
we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of our world famous tram tour there.
Really?
And that is a can't miss experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it is super cool, and you have a lot of the the great attractions. They have a Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They've got a Mummy. They've got Super Nintendo.
Yes, I think that's actually that was what they were talking about the most, and they were like,
Well-
especially Peace. Like Peace is like that's like we have to do that.
Oh, he's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Well, that is the only way to get the front of line access when you go to ride Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. There is
Really?
no express line for that, so VIP is
Is the
absolutely
only way.
absolutely, unless you're willing
Well,
to wait
they'll
single
be-
rider line if you want to split the family up and everything. But
they
like,
probably wouldn't care about that. they'd be fine with that if that meant they could ride it multiple times.
but no, the VIP tour is just going to be a tremendous way to see the park. As Tom alluded to, the tram tour is kind of that one of a kind experience because it
iconic.
incorporates elements of other experiences that we have here in Orlando and some of those iconic that we don't anymore. So it incorporates Jaws, it incorporates Fast and the
Right.
Furious, it incorporates Kong. So that attraction in and of itself can be a 30 to 40 minute ride and attraction, much less when you're on the VIP and you get to get out and you get to experience some of those back lots and backstage access. So that's
And
it's
you
just
get to see where Universal movies and TV shows are made. It's
Yes.
I mean it's really really cool.
Okay, I'm
Are
starting
you-
to get some
are you-
FOMO.
are you booking-
I'm like, I am
booking
getting
our
FOMO
trip?
just talking
Yes.
about the kids' trip out there. Now I'm wanting to go
So
myself.
you gotta go.
You want to join the kids?
I do. I think that they would be extremely disappointed to know that, like, if we decided to crash their party.
Have you
but
not been at all out there?
I have never been. I had a friend.
Then
in-
yes, you need to crash it.
I know. I had a friend in junior high. I think I was telling you about that. I think that maybe it was where I got my travel bug. But her dad worked for the government, and they went out when we were like in 8th grade, I think, and they had the VHS. Like her dad had that great big. Remember they were like this
Oh,
big that you
yeah,
put
yeah.
on your shoulder, and
Yeah,
but a recorder.
My dad had one
and-
too.
And I remember they were on, I think, the tram in a Jaws thing.
It goes through
Yeah.
a Jaws
Yeah.
And I
attraction,
just
yeah.
remember, like, I always wanted to do that.
Yeah, it's the only place you can really see Jaws now is if you go do
Yeah.
that tram tour. And the other thing I'd tell them not to miss too is the Water World show out there
Oh,
is
it's really good.
unbelievable.
Oh.
That is a signature show and attraction out there. And obviously being based in Hollywood, you have all these
Yeah.
great actors and
Right.
stunt people that are involved in it.
Yeah.
So that is like a tentpole thing that you can only do out there in Hollywood that they
I love
absolutely have
it.
to make sure they do.
Now, they are also staying at a hotel really close, but I can't, if you say it, I will remember. What is the hotels that's really close to the Universal
There's a
Hollywood?
Hilton and a Sheraton
I
that
think
are
the
almost
Hilton.
on our property. You can literally
Okay.
walk right there. So we don't own them or operate them, but we're very close partners and we
Okay,
sell
good.
packages. So those are probably the two most popular
Okay,
hotels
I think
there.
it was the Hilton, because it was in a package that you guys, I think, had together. So
Yeah, I also recommend there's a hotel not too far away from the park called the Garland.
Yeah,
That-
it's
that is
beautiful.
a beautiful property.
okay.
Very
a
retro.
Yeah, super cool, very LA. It's
I
fun.
think we just need to go out there and just check it out.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
like
check it out.
agree.
I think we should.
Do research, like,
Well, and you
and
know,
that's what we need to do.
the great thing about going out there too is it's really geared to be part of your overall vacation.
Yeah.
You know, the packages you're talking to are geared to be, hey, you're going to LA. It's about coming and
Right.
spending time with us at Universal, but it's about taking in the destination as a
Right.
whole. Go see the Hollywood sign.
Well,
You know,
right,
go
but-
out to the beaches and
Yeah.
you know, do all the things that you want to do in Hollywood, in LA, and just make sure Universal's part of it.
Right.
And that's kind of the great thing about that destination is that there's so many things to do, and we're just part of that conversation.
I
See,
love
Brian,
it.
that was always my fear. I figured if I took her out to LA, she's going to want to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wants her own star on the walk,
That's
right?
That's right. Well, I have to say, like, I love Hollywood. It takes a while to get out there, and I'm not a fan of earthquakes, which I know they don't have them a lot. But you know, that's like, unless I'm on that ride, you know, it's like,
gonna say,
Unless you're on the
unless I'm
ride.
on the ride.
Unless you're on the
But
tram tour.
I got to tell you
It's
this
like-
because this is a funny story. We were out there, and what's that street called?
Rodeo Drive.
Oh.
Okay, so we went down, you know, we watched the movie Pretty Woman, and when she
Yeah.
comes and she's doing her shopping, and then she makes that big mistake. Big
Oh,
mistake. You work
yeah.
on
Yeah,
commission,
you work on
big
commission, big mistake.
You know, they
Yeah, I
didn't
remember.
service her. So we went out to Rodeo Drive to see Rodeo Drive, to experience Rodeo Drive. And we ended up going into one shop where they had some diamond
Well, they
ruby
had
type
they had a like
private.
they're like, you know, I mean, it was a fancy. I think it was maybe a
Yes.
Birkin,
Oh,
like,
wow.
and so they had this, and it was, but it was a special one, and it was
a
like,
purse that was like $400,000.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was-
never do I want
You
to
didn't-
move
you
out
didn't-
So
here.
you didn't end up shopping on Rodeo
Right,
Drive, is
right.
what you're
I may
saying.
be home, but I did a little video of it. It was quite funny, and so I was like, would
Yeah.
anybody like this purse? And I'm just like, whoa, that's like next level. But
No,
we
that's
had
next
yeah, that's next level. But you know, I mean, we had fun, like you said, when you go out to California. You know, you go to the beach, you go, you know, you visit, because Hollywood is just such an iconic
It really is.
place for us. You know, like we all know about it, and it's just kind of something that we don't get to visit a lot. And you know, you're from the Midwest, like me.
yeah,
You come
yeah.
from Indiana, and so. You know, these are just the things that we dream about. Like as
I
an
never
eighth
went to
grader-
California when I can say it.
No, as an 8th grader, I mean, my friend that went, I mean, I was like, wow, that is awesome. You know, both of our dads were railroaders, so
Yeah.
we're like that wasn't probably on the vacation destination list.
No, it
for
wasn't. It
us.
wasn't a lot outside the Midwest. Like we were talking, it was Lake Cumberland in
Yeah.
Kentucky, or it was maybe
Yeah.
going over to Ohio and going to Kings Island and
Yeah.
back in
Oh
the.
yeah.
you know,
I had in college. I had season passes because my roommate was
There
from
you go.
Ohio. But Guys, I tell you what, I am so excited, and I know JJ is, and I'm excited about the places that we're going to go, because I'm telling you, we're going to go out and we're going to see Universal Hollywood, and we cannot wait to see
I'm so
Epic.
excited. I'm just wondering if I get to keep this.
You
You,
get
do,
to
you get to keep the hat, yes.
I'm gonna train my dragon. And
He's
my
untrainable.
You knew that was
He's
coming back.
untrainable.
Oh no, I am very
my-
trainable.
He is.
I
So,
have been trained for 30 years.
so a funny story is this week is our conference, and that's why we're here in our makeshift Unscripted with JJ and Jamie podcast. But one of our our guest speakers was Bruce Hall of REO Speedwagon, and so one of the questions that was asked was, how do you change your, like, how do you go from rock star to husband and dad? And so his wife and I were sitting in the back, and we were both just chuckling, and I said, when JJ would get home, I'm like, honey, that's great that you scored 101 points in a game, but like, can you take out the trash? And so we were just talking about like how they have handlers, and they have this life out here, and then it's here.
home. No.
So so the training of the dragon has probably been a 30-year process on. But no, you're amazing, JJ, and Kathy, Tom, and Brian. You guys are equally amazing, and you're great partners to MVP. And I know MVP loves Universal. So thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching Unscripted with JJ and Jamie.
We'll see you next time.